Hello and welcome back to Patrick's Parabox. We struggled on a couple of puzzles last time. They're getting more and more challenging, although occasionally there's... I mean, actually, no, that's not true. The one that I struggled on the most last time ended up being really simple. I had just forgotten how the rules worked. Classic problem. Let's try this now. This looks very simple in terms of what I've got. Ah, okay. I no longer believe that to be the case. What? So that's a... It doesn't look like a wall. So that's a wall inside... Why do I turn into a block? Is that just what walls look like when they have nothing... When they're in a 1x1 space? What? Now I'm the wall and not the thing itself, not the room. Because you can see there's two pairs of eyes there. One of them's blinking, one of them's not. And now they're offset from each other. Okay. Huh. Walls don't count towards the goals, so I do need to have you. So the question is going to be, how do I possess that room itself? How big is the room? 1. So don't I just put this inside it? Yes. Okay, that's something weird. What did that just do? Almost like extrusion is a thing. I've definitely seen this before though. What was going on there? So I'm the room containing the yellow block, and I'm pushing upwards, which is eating the Patrick above me, or the block above me, the red block, and pushing out the yellow block. So it just doesn't goes there. Like it could be done so that it goes here, right? But it does what it does. Am I done basically? Maybe? No, I'm not done. Because I need to get those separate to each other. Why do you not satisfy that? Huh? Why is there no white border on that box? Oh, because it's... Wait, what? Right, okay, so I was thinking the yellow room was still the one. Okay, so in this case what's happening is... Go back to... Oh. Can we swap around each other a bit? But then I can't be you again, can I? No... Can I do... this? Yes. And bring these away. Okay. This should be fine now, I think. If I don't get you stuck in the corner or the edge. Yep. 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 I think that's satisfied, even though it looks grey. Yep. Alright. I think when when you've got 1x1 rooms with stuff in them, the visuals become very hard to read. Which is understandable, and you can kind of get it through experimentation, so it's fine. But, okay, now we're back to infinities. How's that work? You put an edge against an edge, and then stuff comes out of it. So, for example, that, and then if I were to leave that way... No. All the way around. There we go. And there's a reflection as well. I did not notice that. Okay, just the infinity room itself is reflected. And we have this weird thing. What? Okay, so we're transferring from one of these to this, and then going to the right. So that has to be flipped. So am I not just pushing you out the infinity exit? No, because then I come out the infinity. Also, yes, I do want you to come out of the infinity exit. So that you're flipped, but then I'm stuck in here, aren't I? No, not necessarily. But maybe I do want to come out first, though. Because then I can, like, remove you. Okay, cool, so we flipped that over. So I want this to go into that space, so I want it to leave the real one. The real one needs to be flipped back again. Okay, I can do that. Let's do this. Push out the bottom. That there. What's going to go wrong here? Anything, or is this good? Push that down, transfer, go there. Ah, that's good. Alright. What on earth is happening here? So at the beginning, I don't think I have much of a choice. Do I go to the epsilon? I do. Yeah, I have no choice at the beginning. I'm putting these all inside each other. And then those are... I mean, no. Is that a clone of that? Or what? Yes, okay. That's a clone of that, and so is that and that. So now we have... There's a stack of 3 things and then repeating. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what's going on here. And I end up in epsilon. We also have some infinities. We have an infinity for the blue room, I guess. Oh, we have an infinity for each room. Alright. Blue, green, and brown. We have these 2 blocks. We have those 2 things. And I have to get here. What on earth? Okay. Hopefully this is mostly just interpretation. Like how to interpret this thing. And there's a wall here. So crossing over requires me coming out of the green. So I must be going in. Right, okay, so this is figuring out when to exit. I want to use these all as teleports, I guess. So I guess I want to leave green. And that works because the green is deeply nested in there. This feels like this is just illustrating a weird thing. Which is that the green is like deeply nested in there, but its edge, yes, is against the edge of this screen, and therefore, where am I going? I'm going outside the infinity. Okay, in which case, and then I can just always go to wherever I need to. So we go to brown, we do the same thing. Yeah, this is just a silly... Ooh, yeah, go in here, yep. There's always a way back out. I go here, push that up. I don't think there's going to be much to this than this. Brown. Then we go out of blue. Yep. Just a silly gimmick level. Oh, except maybe it was setting me up for this. Uh-oh. So a block needs to come out of blue infinity, a block needs to come out of green infinity, then I need to come out of brown infinity. Right now we have... The only one we have a clone of is brown. But we can potentially set up the same thing where we've got an infinite loop. Which is probably what we want to do. And I probably want to put a block in each of the colours before I go any further. So if you go there... Then let's put you inside green. I'm going to push you down with another one. Then we're going to put real brown in the top. Oh no, hold on. All the way around. You go into real fake brown. Then no, I've done something wrong. I needed to have put one of these in the first one that I did, which is blue. Yes, okay. Which one? Fake or real? Real, I think. It's so hard to think about though. So you're going in there. No, because then I put green in. So hold on. I'm putting... Let's say I put green inside real brown. Then I put that inside there, but I needed to put a block inside green as well. I think I'm just making this more confusing to myself, for myself than it needs to be, but sure. You go in there, you go into blue, so now we've got green inside, brown inside green inside blue, we put the blue inside the brown. And I feel like I've got everything I need, I just don't know whether I can get to everything. I don't think I can I? Except I can leave outwards, yes, alright. So green and blue I need to push a block out of. So I need to make sure that this is against the edge. Yes. You go there. Blue, you go there. Brown, I go here. Ta-da! I can do this stuff. Alright, what's what? That's lighter, so that's a clone of that. And that's their epsilon. So if I were to do this, I'd go there, yeah, sure. And that's, I've got the same setup up here, except they're in an awkward orientation. Okay, the problem is understood. Like it's easy enough to go in here, push that to the side, but then how do I do it for the other one? What if I push you in? Well, I've just brought you through. Great. What happens if I do this? Go there. But then can I enter this and end up in the other one? Yes. I mean, I'm doing that entirely accidentally. Then what? Let's just do it. It feels like the only option I had. Let's do it again. So we put this clone of this in here. So effectively, we're going green to yellow. If I were to go in, I just end up in yellow. Yeah. Now if I put this inside here, I can see how we end up with, because I'm putting the green inside the yellow space, which has got the yellow inside it, which has got the green inside it, and so on, which is why we end up with an epsilon thing. So this is an interesting quirk, right? It's what this is showing is how does it decide which epsilon we end up at, and it's kind of awkward. I mean, like technically, these both are an infinite recursion that never ends. They just get deeper and deeper nested. There were a bunch of comments on my videos about like, because every now and then I've been saying like something about the infinity and epsilon feels like, what have I been saying? Like I haven't really been able to understand it or like model it mathematically. And I kind of explained that a bit more in the comments, saying the thing I'm saying that's not a criticism of the game at all, because I think it's led to some awesome puzzles and the mechanic is great. But it's the observation I'm making is that the way epsilon and infinity are implemented is not necessarily like a natural way of interpreting what would happen if you were to go to infinity or epsilon in this situation. And I think this is a good example of why that is weird. But yeah, I guess the reason it's not natural is because if you took the mathematical system by itself, no extras, and if I were to enter something like this, I'd just keep animating forever effectively. I'd just be stuck in a loop going deeper into the next room, to the next room, to the next room, and never ending. Similarly with exiting like the infinite exit type situation, there is a way of interpreting what would happen there that does not require extra stuff, but the game has added an extra thing, which is like the concept of an infinity box and also the concept of an epsilon box for this situation. And so those two situations are almost being like caught. It's like an exception handler that's going, you've gone to infinity, or you've gone to a situation that is like a well-defined specific situation, like going to infinity or going to epsilon, and we're going to say what actually happens in that case is you go to a special room or exit a special room or whatever. And that's fine. The game is just extending what would happen if you just took the system by itself. And this is an interesting example of that, because this is kind of showing, because of that system of how epsilon works, we've decided that if you do epsilon with greens nested inside greens, you end up at green epsilon. If you do epsilon with yellows nested inside yellows, you end up at yellow epsilon, which means that for any given epsilon situation you've got, where you've got this, this thing where if you go inside it, you'll go infinitely deep, there needs to be a corresponding color room to go to. And then this is the awkward consequence of that is, well, what do you do if you've got alternating colored rooms? Like, there is no room at the bottom. There's no like final room to decide, yellow is the one right at the bottom of this infinitesimally nested, or infinitely nested, I guess, set of rooms, because it's just forever. Yet the game here has decided, and I wonder how this is implemented, perhaps just by like what room is at the top? I don't know. Yeah, I would guess it's probably by what room's at the top. Which is, again, fine. It's just an extension of the rule set to allow this to work. So, because the thing at the top that I'm entering is green, I'm going to go to the green one. And then, because the one at the top is yellow here, I guess I'm going to go to the yellow one. That's presumably what it's doing there. And maybe there'll be another one to experiment what happens if you've got three nested within each other. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I didn't really explain myself in my previous videos. I kind of thought maybe people would be like, oh yeah, I get why you're saying that doesn't mathematically make a lot of sense. But then, I guess that's a bad way of describing it. It's not that it doesn't mathematically make sense. You can have math systems that have discontinuities in them. It's just not like a pure system in a sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so we have some epsilons. So I'm going to keep rambling on that topic. Like, another thing is that, because of the decision to introduce infinity boxes to it, that had to also lead to the decision that infinity boxes can't be entered. And that makes them a kind of special case, right? Like, it could have been decided that infinity boxes could be entered, but I'm sure that would have just broke so many things. Like, I can enter epsilon boxes. Then there's also the thing of, like, if you push a room outside of an infinity exit, it ends up, in the normal case, ends up in the void place, which is, for whatever reason, 7x7. There's another little kind of arbitrary thing, I guess. That's fine. All the rooms are, I guess, an arbitrary size. But then those rooms become impossible to enter, which is another little decision that's been made. But that's not true if you push them out of an infinity block while that infinity block's inside the room. It's like the void is sealing them, I guess. Yet, infinity boxes that are in a room are sealed. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Like, it's fine for those decisions to be made, but it does lead to these things where you're a bit like, oh, that ends up being a bunch of things that you have to kind of internalize because they are specific decisions. I want to use the word arbitrary, but I think people think I'm being negative when I say arbitrary. But it's arbitrary. It's not a negative thing. it's like a decision that had to be like there were options available and one had to be picked and one was picked. And I guess also saying arbitrary makes it sound like there wasn't a design reason for picking the choice. I'm not saying there wasn't a design reason. I'm just saying there were some choices and one was picked. Whereas there's also at the same time there's the option of not picking any of them. And then you've got the pure system, but then it's not as good for making puzzles a lot of. So it makes sense why decisions were made the way they were. It's just interesting to think about it as a system and the choices that were made. Anyway, okay. So yeah, maybe we are actually messing with what happens if you nest 3 inside each other. Yeah, I believe that's probably what's going to happen here. So I'm going to be entering the bottom. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to be happening here. So I want... So those two start on opposite walls, which is kind of annoying. So I want you and yellow inside green. Blue inside yellow. Green inside blue. Then what do I do with this one? Oh no, yeah, these are my 3 entrance points now. So going to you. Yeah, so it's based on the top color. There we go. And then you. Neat. It's fun to apply what I learned in the previous puzzle. Okay, so you're on a space, you are. Well, what are these? Ah, straight to Epsilon. So let's click on you to figure out what's going on. So this is a room with itself nested inside it 4 times. Yeah, okay. Understood. And now I'm stuck. Okay, I can move to get out of it. So this is not the real one. This is a clone of that. So once I go to it, this is the real one, and the real one is like in the void. Yep. Understood. I think I understand what's going to be happening here. I'm going to be pushing something through so that it exits out the side and makes some blocks against the edge of the void. Maybe? Because I potentially have enough stuff to do that, although... yeah. I can also do this. Yeah, now these are sealed by the void. Okay, and I want to get through here. I guess I'm never moving this, except... Is there a reason I want to put you inside? No, surely not. So I could get 3 in here. But then I can't leave. But that does put 3 against the wall. I guess I want there to be a thing here that acts as a wall. So pushing to the right does not... Okay, I think I see. Hold on. So inside that epsilon, some stuff needs to come in from the top. So that's at the top of the epsilon. Now that's at in the middle of the epsilon. So now if I start pushing stuff through like this, it's going to be going the wrong way. This way. That's on the left. That's pushing it that way, that way, that way. No, this isn't going to do it. Okay, let me think about it again. So, one of these is going here. Let's just go in to see. So I kind of want to push push them out to the right. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 6. No, I do, I have 7. So if I get If I push a bunch of them in this side, in fact, yeah, I need 6. Let's say I push 4 in this side, which I can do. I can do 5, in fact. That would get 2 outside. And then I need another one. So I put 2, yeah, okay. So I put 2. Do 1 from the left, 2 from the top. And then do the rest from the left. Then I think I'm good. Yes. Neat. It's funny having to like set something up in a space that you cannot see. Alright, next one. Okay, we have 4 different levels of epsilon. I think we're back to the like multi-infinite music. So there's a brown room there. I don't think there's anything special about it, right? There's no other brown anywhere else. So I can make an epsilon. Oh, I see, there's clones of it in the epsilon rooms. So that's a way of exiting. Okay, that's my exit. So putting you there makes me go to there, and putting you there makes me go to the next one. Isn't this very similar to a multi-infinite one? Maybe this is just like a harder version of it. We have a block. Now the problem is that's not in the right place. Okay, this is a harder version of it. Go down. I understand what I'm doing. I am taking this with me and putting this on the left. It's a trick. I'm putting this here, pushing this out to the left. There, they're going to the right. No, that also has to be repositioned somehow. That works. Okay. Whew. And then we've got another yellow block. Let's think about it from here. Well, I can't really see it very well. So either I'm entering from the top or the left. Oh gosh. From the top, I could put this here. From the top, I can put these here. And then reposition everything again. And then ultimately I'm oh gosh. No, there's another block here for a reason, right? I need to reorient things. What's the problem with just putting you at the top though? Let's just do it and see what happens. Let's encounter the problem. It's always a good strategy. Then I'm going to leave the yellow block behind, which is obviously a mistake, but, well, I can go back in and get it. Well, that's at the top, so I'd have to move this and then move the other one. I mean, I can do this. Let's put you at the top. Go here. I can take this out, put you in there, and I'll go to that next one. I can do the same with this. Except I'm gonna, okay, now I need to be at the top, that's why I need those two things. Alright, got it. Back to when I was in here, yep. Bring you with me. And then we're gonna take this out the top and move it to here. I don't want to take these in yet, I want to go in and reorient these. Now I'm taking these in. It's going to the double epsilon. Yep, and then you're being pushed to the top. And then we're done. I think this is going to take us straight to the 4 epsilon. It does. Hooray! Alright, see you next time for the final 5 puzzles. I wonder if they'll take long. We'll see. Goodbye.